Alright guys, I just went to a book sale that a library near me was having, and I got lots of new books, so let me show you what they are. I was really looking to get maybe some self-help books when I went to this book sale. I didn't have a huge selection, but I did get books like Living Forward, which looks really interesting. The Complete Book of Running for Women, which I've been really wanting to get into running, so I feel like this is really helpful with that. I also found this book that says Eat Chocolate, Lose Weight. I really like eating chocolate, and if there's any way that proves this might be healthy to eat chocolate, I have to read this book. Then I also found this book called Your Body, Your Healthcare, which is all about the healthcare system, and since I am looking to maybe be like a nurse or a doctor in the future, I thought this might be a little bit of neat reading for me. And then I found this short little biography on Jefferson Davis, which I thought would be interesting. I don't really know a lot about him, and it's just an interesting book that you don't find a whole lot of books about this person. Tell Me How This Ends, which is all about a general in the Iraq War. Now for some fictional books that I got this Something Strange and Deadly book, and not only does it look really interesting about a girl that has her father died, and her mom's trying to marry her off to this guy, but it says that if you really liked Clockwork Angel, you should read this, and I read that, so I really want to see if I like this too. Stalker Girl, this is about a girl whose boyfriend breaks up with her and she stalks his new girlfriend. The Immoral Code, which is basically about a bunch of teens that want to get revenge on one of their friends' dads that won't give them money. Bad Girls Never Say Die, this is basically a book about some bad girls, but one of the good girls in her school ends up saving this bad girl, and she ends up, and they end up kind of thinking are the good girls really as awful as we thought they were, that type of thing. If I Have a Wicked Stepmother, Where's My Princess, basically about a girl who has a wicked stepmother and wicked stepsisters, but she meets this guy that she's really into, but is he everything that he says he is? Our Crooked Heart, so this one's a little bit of a supernatural book. The back was honestly a little bit confusing, I understood some parts of it, but not all of it, so I'm not going to try to explain it a whole lot here, but if you want to look it up and see what it's about. Lord of the Fly Fest. A girl goes to this Caribbean event called the Fly Fest, and she meets this guy there, and she tries to interview him because she thinks that he killed his girlfriend, but she ends up getting caught up in a scandal. The Fame Game is basically about these two girls that both want to get popular, and they're trying to fight for the popularity. The Workhouse Girl. In this book, a girl and her widowed mother manage to get a job at a factory, but then her mother dies, and she kind of ends up falling victim to these factory owners. Somebody does take her in, but the factory owners get jealous and they do a little something not good. And lastly, Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. This guy and this girl used to be friends, but they end up falling in different cliques when they eventually get older, but they end up on the same survival course, and they're kind of falling for each other as it's happening.